whatever we spoke. But actually, what is our main job? Economics of innovation and sustainable development. I understand that Professor Olman has already told you regarding innovation and sustainable development aspects, and in the tutorial section also, I was listening from many people that you are doing things deeply to understand innovation and sustainable development. Now what I want to tell you about something practical. And for practical, I choose one state, that is Punjab, and environmental degradation. How we are facing and what has happened. See, there are some strict rules. I cannot, usually my lecture is in interaction form, but I cannot move. So please bear with me. But whenever you feel something, you can raise the hand and ask, okay? Or you can note down the question. During lunchtime we can discuss. So let's do. The topic is externalities of environmental degradation in agriculture and SDG goals, which is very much related to our theme, economics of innovation and sustainable development goals. So what is that? Everybody is aware of all SDG goals, which United Nations has given 17 sustainable development goals, and I just marked some goals here. No poverty, good health, well-being, reduced inequalities, life on land, life below water, and climate action. Though there are other goals also, but here I am going to focus on externalities of environmental degradation in agriculture and sustainable development goals. And everybody is aware of that. United Nations has put 17 sustainable development goals in 2015, and which I already pronounced that under the preamble that nobody will remain hunger and nobody will be suffered. Under that there are 17 sustainable development goals which I choose to speak here. No poverty, good health, well-being, reduced inequalities, life on land, life below water, and climate action. Going externalities of environmental degradation in agriculture and sustainable development goals. And everybody is aware of that. United Nations has given 17 sustainable development goals, and under 17 sustainable development goals, we have to understand especially the goals related to environment, like life below water and life on land. Though there are other goals also which I am going to stress in this lecture. Now, before speaking something else, I just want to tell you what is externalities of environmental degradation. What do you mean by this? Externalities is meaning by benefits and cost of the development, whatever you have done. And now, which I want to tell you, the too much development has been happened in the last few decades in the name of globalization, at the name of liberalization, and at the name of privatization. Do you think that development is generating sustainable development goals? I think this PPT will speak about, this presentation will speak about the goals which we have set. We missed out that goals, and you will find out that goals, and therefore the title of my slide is externalities of environment degradation rather than environmental development. The very first goal which I want to tell you, the sustainable livelihood opportunities, means increased income or decent work, when agrarian land acquisition has been acquired for the sake of a development, couldn't give the opportunities to the unemployed people, whether we can think that we are on the right direction. This is my first point which I am going to speak. Second, to increase the production of wheat, paddy especially, too much extraction of groundwater means again a problem, life below water. That is another negative part of our environment, our sustainable development goal. And again, in agriculture, to increase the production and yield, excessive amount of pesticides has been used. And everybody is aware of that, what pesticides have given us a lot of cancer or health issues. Do you think that when we are putting a target good health, we are meant for the sake of the development at the name of environmental degradation or sustainable development? This is my question. Now again, to get returns more and more, agroforestry, it's a mere source of income, but putting environmental degradation, which will be challenged one. And everybody is aware of the Indian agriculture at present, especially Punjab and northern region, paddy burning stubble. These issues we are going to focus on that. Under this slide you can see that the question is the issues which has to be highlighted by taking the example of Punjab, a leading state since the Green Revolution. Everybody is aware of that. But at present facing agrarian crisis, and it needs essential transformation. The current environmental degradation issues in agriculture in Punjab has pushed us to work on some socio-economic externalities. Some part which I already discussed. Beside that, I want to tell you, it's a very strange that when we are facing the climate change issue, our crop failure has happened in Punjab in 2016 and in 2020. Farmer suicides has happened rapidly, but we couldn't able to ensure the income of the farmer and even ensure the crop of the farmer. Though central government scheme Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is there, but Punjab has not adopted so far. And even state has not given that insurance. These issues are to be addressed whether at the name of development or whether at the name of cost, or how we can achieve our goals. Means now the question comes, environmental sustainability is a big challenge, especially for agriculture and especially in Punjab. If I have a lecture type, then I usually speak how I come to that topic, but here I will move my speed as a lecture wise. Maybe little boring, but we can interact after that. The very first thing which I want to tell you, the oldest thermal power plant in Punjab, Guru Nanak Dev thermal power plant, lots of development has happened. Electricity provides to full Punjab, but in 2012, I got the news that it is going to be closed. Within 80-kilometer region, in the Malwa region of Punjab, which is already a cancer belt, name of pollution, there 2 more thermal power plants are thinking about that. What 2 thermal power plants? That is a Talwandi Sabo plant and another is Govindpura thermal power plant. And this plant has closed. Now again come the word sustainable development. We develop thermal power plant and huge renovation expenditure also came. And most of the people who came from this way or who knows that, you have seen the lakes. Is it a sustainable development? And whether replacing the thermal power plant, is it a? So we have to think on that grounds. Which I told you, the push, the thermal power plant, I worked on that. Guru Nanak Dev thermal power plant. I was not aware. Only in the news I was thinking, and I found that though that thermal power plant is giving a lots of employment opportunities, tourism, or all these things, immediately I go and find the news 2 other thermal power plants and that. So let's see the work. My EPW paper, Economic Critical Weekly, which has taken 5 years to publish. I want to tell you land acquisition for thermal power plants. Agrarian land has been acquired in Talwandi Sabo and Govindpura. In Talwandi Sabo, Banawali thermal power plant by Vedanta company has been constructed. But question is what? Punjab, a power surplus state, wants to become. And land of agrarian people, for the Jat people, for social symbol, a land, and maybe you are aware of that. Punjab, Jat marriage is very concerned with the land he acquires. The concern is our land acquisition law or bill that is not passed till 2013 in Rajya Sabha. In a land acquisition bill earlier, it was written that consent of 80% people were to be taken. Anyhow, public sector can reframe their policies. Now the question comes, whether we provided sustainable livelihood opportunities to land dispossessed people. My findings from this paper speaks that people do unproductive expenditure because development, we acquire the land, constructed thermal, but the main dispossessed people hasn't given the employment. And what they did, they purchased motor cars, they purchased new houses, some people migrated, and even some figures told me that people got in drug abuse also. Though I am feeling very sorry to say all these things, being a Punjabi, but it has happened because the word you just see in a third stanza, putting inverted comma, has taken 3 months to revise that word. Sustainable livelihood opportunities. Sustainable livelihood opportunities for dispossessed people has not been generated. The development is not that development. And moreover, pollution has happened. Sewage plant is there. Here, I don't feel hesitate to speak. Vedanta company called me that please show us your findings, show us your findings, but what is truth, that is truth. And here, the region. I announced the Malwa region of Punjab is a cotton belt, but this region converted into paddy. We are already facing the problem of water depletion, and when farmers get compensation from their land, they immediately change cotton to paddy. Cotton to paddy by purchasing new tubers through their compensation amount. Because that is easily available. And moreover, near the thermal power plant, cotton will be yellowish. And they change to the research demands what? Think in every ground. Therefore, nowadays we want to think on sustainable development. It is not a development to create more buildings, to give more power. It means you have to think to every human being. So this stanza which I told you, impact on livelihood, that land has a social value for agrarian communities. Social value means they are just, they can use it as for marriage purpose, because that is a social symbol, and which I told you, long-term livelihood opportunities has to be created, which has not been created. And the question is, the sad part of our system sometimes. In Govindpura, land has acquired, but till now, no thermal power plant. Land is barren. Farmers are unemployed. The development, now the fertility of land is in danger. Stray cows and dogs are over there. Is it the sustainable development? That we have to think. Sorry. Next part, as per the slide, I want to move on groundwater depletion. Punjab, being a agrarian state, and even India, agrarian renowned state, groundwater development is not very much the favor of water, because the groundwater depletion is happening. If you look into the figures of India, it is only 59%, but in Punjab it is 163.76. You can imagine the position. And in Sangrur, one of the district of Punjab, 260% as per the groundwater yearbook. And as I correctly remember, in Sangrur at present it is more than 300%, means groundwater consumption is more than annual groundwater recharge. And out of 23 districts of Punjab, 20 districts are more than 100% water discharge has happened, means overexploited things has happened. The reason why it has happened, after green revolution, our monoculture cropping pattern, wheat, paddy cropping pattern, favorism to minimum spot prices and groundwater depletion. And that's why farmers encouraged to grow wheat and paddy. Assured returns they want. If you think that farmers are also like big businessmen, they also want income, whatever the market price they got, therefore they grow wheat and paddy system and that made the water depletion situation. As I already told you earlier, it is in other part of Punjab, but now it is happening in Marwar region of Punjab also. And the story doesn't come to an end. The concern is how the water extracted. We shifted to electric motors rather than diesel motors, that are electric motors pumping water more speed than others. And I want to tell you, after every year, whenever my students or sometimes myself went over there, the depth of the pipe they put increasing day by day. And you just imagine the position, because I myself went to South Africa, I felt over there water is not available. And I feel that this groundwater depletion in Punjab is becoming very crucial. They shut their offices at 4, sometimes 3, and by saying that water is not available. If it happens to in our case, think about our work capacity, our all these capacity, what will happen? And now I am happy that we are shifting to millets culture or some other cultures and diversification. That should be necessary and that should be researched in terms of sustainable development goals, not for the sake of degree, please. And here I want to put one more word. There are many different types of irrigation technologies, tube wells, pumping water, I told you. But there is a green technologies, and out of that, one green technology is, you can see that DSR, which I will tell you here. Direct seeding rice. Here water consumes less as compared to traditional plantation method. Most of the farmers do traditional plantation method. It consumes lots of water, labor intensive technique, but in direct seeding rice, as there is a no direct nursery stage, therefore it saves water, it saves soil degradation, and many studies have proved. Now the concern is Punjab and Haryana, which are facing depletion challenge, a lot of, in the wake of sustainable development goals, they started this initiative, but both are populous states. Migrant laborers came in Punjab and Haryana from various parts of the country, UP, Bihar, and many other parts, and therefore they like traditional plantation because it is a labor intensive technology. Why I am telling you this though? For farmers are not encouraging those many subsidies, but what has happened? COVID-19 period, I am very positive for that period. What has happened? Farmers started to do DSR technology because most of the migrant labor went to their places. And now question comes, from where they will do the labor. So they started to work on DSR. But concern is what? They couldn't assure about this technology adoption's returns. What has happened? Why so? Because too much wheat has happened. And what has happened? Now the concern is direct seeding rice technology initiation has happened. But what is the problem over there? After using that technology, what farmers will face, that is a very challenging issue. And that is the concern of our research and to achieve sustainable development goals. It is not like thermal power plant, constructed and then we are not thinking. The labor people, land dispossessed people. Similarly, farmer using DSR technology but not feeling that what will happen. Now, That's why what has happened? If there is a 1 acre land, they adopted during COVID-19 period, the survey which I am going to speak, they use both technology, traditional and direct seeding, because they are not assured. And what has happened due to high weeds, they adopted, shifted to traditional. Means sad part is that overwhelming response of a farmer. Earlier farmers were not encouraged. Means our planning is not very clear. And second, for direct seeding rice, there is a need of various machines which was not available. There is various machines which is not available. And these machines, but our farmers are so innovative. They used which machines? Innovative machines. See, they made their machines in such a manner, made their machines in such a manner so they can use the direct seeding. And now the question, if we want a sustainable development, we have to think the technology in a later stages also. You can see that direct seeding rice, the most beneficial thing, it is that it is able to manage paddy stubble burning. Why so? Because there is a gap between paddy stubble burning. Paddy stubble to manage 15 days to 20 days. In traditional, there is a no gap, therefore they immediately. But here gap is there. But when farmers use both technologies, they waited for traditional plantations, paddy to harvest. And therefore what has happened? This paddy stubble management cannot be controlled in a proper manner, because otherwise 15 days gaps they can manage paddy stubble. The sustainable development to think the goals in a long-term plans rather than mid-term plans. The modified machines which I was telling you, the below part you can see that this is the machine for direct seeding rice. The above part is farmers are so innovative, though machines are not available, but they put some puddling so that they can do in existing wheat machines. The concern is whether we are in the right direction for sustainable development. Again, land acquisition, groundwater depletion, and another challenge, pesticide use. To get more returns, to get higher yield, too much consumption of pesticides has happened. And moreover, there is an impact on their returns. Now what has happened? With the increase in the returns, for the sake of the returns, pesticides amount or spray, number of sprays are increasing. Now pest is actual. With one spray, pest never died. You need more sprays, more spray, more pesticide, more cost, less returns, and more health risk is there. And you can see the cancer, reproductive abnormalities, miscarriages, neurological and behavioral disorder. Many studies have proved that. Therefore, people said organic farming. And again, in 2016, 2020, when more pesticides has been used due to white fly attack and pink boll bollworm attack, farmer suicides has happened due to climate change and because they are overburdened with the loan. At that time there was, and even at present time in Punjab, there is no crop insurance policy so far. We are ready to do insurance of car. We are ready to do insurance of our iPhone. We are ready to do insurance of MacBook. But we are not ready to insurance of our livelihood. That is agriculture. Private parties or other public sector engagement is a failure. And here I want to tell you specially, which is very surprise to everyone, there are some banned pesticides which is available in the market and it is used in Punjab. And one of that, you can see that endosulfan, which is banned in USA. But it is available in our Punjab market. And these all findings from my report, Economic Analysis of Externalities of Pesticide Use in the Malwa region of Punjab. And here I want to mention specially, if we want to do polish our doors, house doors, some smell or some pesticides are put into that, and that's why maybe you are aware of that, they charge more money. And here during 2018, what I observed, only 45 rupees hike for pesticide sprayer. Do you think that we are giving justice to these pesticide labor people? They are doing this spray with naked hands, with naked mouth and inhaling pesticides. And we are worried about food and they are directly dealing with that. I already told you some important observation due to cancer belt. You can see many things about death due to pesticides freely in the field. Usually people do, farmers do suicide. And the cancer existence is due to consumption of pesticide. Reproductive abnormalities is also there. And this belt, especially Central University of Punjab students, they are well aware of that. If they come from other part of India, they feel that here are grain. Why so? Because pesticide is in water. Where pesticide is to be gone? Spraying on the vegetables, then it is in soil and then water. All these issues are there which science people can tell more. The issue which I was telling you again and again, the belt cotton crop. This region, Punjab is famous for wheat paddy monoculture cropping pattern, but Malwa region is famous for cotton crop. Slowly, what has happened? The first reason, cotton crop failure due to whitefly attack and climate change attack. And the environment question is, they getting themselves in that position. They did suicides and there is no insurance policy. And this paper is one of my paper which has also taken 5 years, where I did survey of Bathinda and Mansa. Farmer did where most of these suicides. And I want to tell you here, maybe you are aware of, especially agrarian people or agriculture background, genetic modified crop, GM crop. And it was said that cotton is GM crop, we adopted it and it will not failure. But climate change proved that it will also failure. And in the light of that, we don't want to change our policy. We don't want to adopt it. So the sustainable development is what? Environmental sustainability or environmental degradation. So therefore, Punjab policy paper, I want to mark from my one report that Punjab needs Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It has been said that Punjab is facing assured returns. That's why we don't need crop insurance. But now, when we need climate change, facing climate change and moreover floods, last year we have seen that. We have seen that in last year floods. So then Punjab needs Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Though there are lots of issues into that. In Punjab, environmental sensitive region, especially Malwa region, water depletion, more pollution, cotton to paddy. So why not farmer insured? And therefore farmer should be insured. And I mentioned especially over there, give the package for one crop rather than giving them after that some high amount of loan. Government announced some packages when farmers do suicide. So that packages can be avoided if you will insure earlier. Why announce some relief package? Before that you insure the crop. Rather, there should be a scheme to do that. And since this is a 15-year task, one after another one, which I was observing, there is one more task, that is agroforestry. As I told you, farmers are also a businessman. Every person is a businessman. Myself is a businessman. Because we want to live on some money. And therefore, farmers want to ensure their income. They do agroforestry, means on the boundary of a field. And if you will see the farmers' field, especially where paddy, side by side there are some crops which you know, this ply. This is ply. Poplar and eucalyptus plants are grown in the depleted region. On the one part they are growing paddy and on the boundary part they are growing poplar and eucalyptus. And you imagine the position, what will happen, your water depletion will be at a large scale. And why it has happened? Farmers, whether now at present India is talking about Indian knowledge system, our traditions, our neem, date, shisham, all crops, the charkha which you are looking ground floor, that is from neem, date, shisham, that is missing. Farmers want assured returns from poplar and eucalyptus because the market of that crop is there. Neem and date you can find out. Shisham, slowly it is missing, and that's why if it is as per the economic law, the supply is not there, that's why it is costly. And it is has a long gestation period also. And when you will find out, is it a sustainable development? Why we not push them? Why we not push them for other trees? They can grow trees on the boundaries or some empty part of their field. But why only poplar and eucalyptus, which are water consuming trees? And these small steps are required. Otherwise, sustainable development will not be taken. And that's why we are in the danger of this crisis. And just I mentioned over there economic gains. What has happened? Prices are same for all plants in all government nurseries. Usually government nurseries distributes free plants under various schemes, and that plants are poplar and eucalyptus. If you will get a free samosa, you will get. You don't bother about that whether your weight is gaining or whether. Yeah. It is true. It is true. And if everybody think that who gives you the free gift, which gift they will give you, which is very less. But nobody thinking about the natural resources. And that's why we are now in the danger. And any research, please students, think about you are the young generation, think about that thing which should be researched, not at the name of secondary data or secondary things. You can take anything in of your region, what you feel. Any region problem. You are from UP, you are from Jammu, you are from Kashmir, you are from Egypt, you are from others. But if you will miss out many things, what will happen? So that means your regional problems. Otherwise, how you will save Indian knowledge system? How will you will create Indian knowledge system? And now everybody appreciates us. Why so? Because we belong to spiritual class. We belong to traditional society. We belong to still where we pray for in front of neem. We belong to still we think that trees are our God. And even in our Granth it is written that Pavan Guru Pani Pita Mata Tat Mahat. Our Mata is Dharti, earth. And now United Nations is writing that sustainable development goal, life on land. It has been written a long back in our Granths. And not only in our Granths, it is written in Gita, in Bible and Quran. Everybody with whatever, though I cannot speak on Sanskrit and other Urdu, but what I observe and listen from many people, it is written. You can think for one moment where it is in your Granth, there must be one nature source has been talked. Think for a moment. It is written everywhere, means it is to be taken care of. But we take care of junk food. And next part, slowly I will finish it. Time? How much?
1:35.
Burning of paddy stubble. Paddy stubble, everybody know that it is a great problem. When the country produces more paddy, when the state produces more paddy, means that stubble, paddy stubble manage is also important. But what we are doing? No. Why couldn't? Because farmers are unable to manage within 15 days. Though, which I will show you in next slides, means in next presentations, where our fire events through paddy stubble is going down. Everything is going very well as compared to the previous, but still there is a lot of opportunities which we are missing. As compared to the developed nations, we don't have biomass generation plant. And moreover, there is no any such industry which they can make stubble to be part of some industry at a large level. That is to be generated. And who will do it? Through your research. Now when Professor Ullman has said triplex university, academia, industry, private sector, collaboration is required. In such an angle, once you will focus on your region problem, yes, I can understand. For example, a history people, they face that their tradition is changing. How they can involve the industry to be put up. Research should not be only descriptive. Research should be empirical. That should come. And who will do? You people will do. And it is not a matter of 3 years PhD. It is a matter of empirical and action-based research, which you should aware. And that's why now many regulation, our NEP 2020 has come. And when burning of paddy stubble is coming up, there are various machines. Whenever I am talking about the sustainable development, the question comes for resources like land acquisition, no employment opportunity, groundwater depletion, more going for cotton to paddy due to tube wells infrastructure. Next, pesticides, more availability of pesticides. Climate change, no crop insurance policy. And in paddy stubble, again, like DSR, no machines were available. And if machines are available, don't forget that in India, maximum more than 80% marginal and small farmers are there. How they can reach to these big machines that are happy seeder, zero drill and round paddy wheeler. And that's why Coston is unable to reach each and every market. Lack of proper market and unable to reach each and every one. And question also come, if farmer use the tools like DSR, they face the problem of some pest attack like weed in that case. And now question comes, one regulation came that if some farmer will do burning of paddy stubble, what will happen? They will be fined. Now my question is whether ban or subsidize machines. That is a solution. Question is awareness, proper management. Then you will get the sustainable development. Policy has to be formulated. That's good. But policy has to be reached to every corner of the society in a proper manner. If it is not in a proper manner, then a big challenge or bring. Yes, everybody is thinking about that this we made it. That's okay. Like we made anything, it will be implemented. You have to reach. Problems will come, then solution will come. If it will not come, problems will not come. Problems automatically will come by making any new rule and regulation. But it has to be overcome. That is a sustainable development. And as I already told you, what has happened, developed countries use in biomass generation, and Punjab biomass generation is very less, and there is a need to spread, especially awareness about paddy stubble burning issue. Looking into these aspects, though I am working on that, I observe that In other countries where paddy burning, stubble problem, what has happened? Like Philippines, NGOs, awareness has come. Farmer took the initiatives. That's why now Professor Allman's idea triplex means private, academia, industry has to be put up. Means NGOs can play a role to get the environmental sustainability, and otherwise we cannot think about life on this earth. Otherwise we will face many other issues. From all this scenario, what we are facing, many climate change issues. One policy has to be formulated, another policy is required. Like the region is growing very well in cotton belt, but climate change issue make the issue to think on crop insurance sometimes. Similarly, farmers started shifted from cotton to paddy. And moreover, many schemes are coming, which I was telling from very first slide, like Pani Bachao Paisa Kamao scheme. Why we forget everything is not reachable to small and marginal farmers, like everything. When the day will come, sustainable development, you cannot think until you will think the people at the lowest as well. I will not be a good teacher if I will not train poor students, or I will allow poor students to go out. I cannot speak in front of you, you put so many questions. That is teacher's job, and that is the policy maker job, to reach the policy to each and every person. And therefore, my coming research is, please see the last line. In natural resources also inequalities have started to come. You are thinking about the material resources. My new research paper with the Himanshu is coming, that groundwater extraction inequality is coming. You just imagine why? Because they don't have money to extract more water. No? They have less land, less water, large land, large water. And water is free, but tubes they are giving at a higher rate. They are paying for money, water, but they are farmers, which farmers are using at it. This is a big question. The natural resources, we don't want to pay. One group of economists saying that natural resources should not be charged. Yes, it should not be charged. I totally agree. But if equality exists, but if inequality exists, it should be charged. So if natural resources, so the day will come when you will think about the groundwater, when you can give 10 rupees, you can purchase water bottle, but farmer cannot do that. And now question comes, where is solution? In a very short note, I want to put green economy, sustainable development target. Think about climate smart agriculture technologies. We are using artificial intelligence, drones, everything. Whether it is reached to the poor farmers, that is up to you, your target. Do you think that you are making the things in that direction? For that, proper knowledge, proper training should be given to the farmer communities. And main thing which I want to stress, by targeting innovative and entrepreneurship which you are looking after PhD or whatever, you need employment opportunities. Though you belong to history, you belong to psychology, you belong to economics, you belong to financial administration, but one and last, you need livelihood opportunities. And how you will create? Through your research. And it is on the, you just think about whatever the country you are, your historians, how they contributed to your country or to nation, and why not you? Your single research can give that glance. And I am telling you here, by openly sustainable development world will never think without your vision. If you don't do work, we are failed. This is hard truth which we have to realize. But it is also hard truth. I don't know this is a part of my lecture or not. You are nowadays on the mobile. You are nowadays flying mode. You are nowadays not that. And lastly, Sat Sri Akal and Namaste. Yes.
Can you tell in English?
Yeah, he is saying that only cotton, if you want that to move cotton from paddy to, that is not a good suggestion, he is saying. Now my stand is what? I haven't said that some farmers should do only cotton. I said that problem is coming now, they are shifting to cotton to paddy. That is my question. And here the diversification is needed. Therefore, more fruits, more vegetables, more pulses are to be encouraged. But, which I already emphasized, that after the Green Revolution, if you think about the Punjab, this land, everybody knows that Bajra, we have our traditional crops, which we are thinking now millets.
But ma'am, the main reason is the why the farmers transmitting to the paddy, the government provide MSP on the paddy products.
Yes, that I already mentioned over there, that groundwater depletion, maybe you have already seen in the slide, that minimum spot price even for the cotton is getting. What concern is what? Paddy doesn't get a failure from the climate change in a huge amount, but cotton failure. And that's why farmers sure that. And
जैसे बागवानी खेती है अपनी, उसके अंदर भी ये प्रॉब्लम.
No, they are saying that farmers are getting assured returns through minimum spot price of paddy, but not that. This is one of the reason I said yes. It is mentioned in my slide that farmers are getting returns from minimum spot price for the paddy. That's why they are growing. But cotton also. But now cotton failure is a vast. But paddy is not a failure of vast. That's why farmers are.
एक बार कॉटन के अंदर भी बुर्का जो नाम आता है, उसके अंदर भी तो अभी पिछले 6-7 सालों में कोई काम नहीं हुआ उसके साथ.
So this is
अपनी जो एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी है वो क्या रही है कुछ दिनों पहले.
If you will read my Hindustan Times article, I will hand over to you. You can see that in Google also. He is saying that in pink bollworm attack also happened here in climate change, due to climate change in 2020. And when cotton crop failure, what university, we have Punjab Agriculture University, what they are doing. Now this is our concern. Therefore I said that. See, from the technical part, what they are doing, that I cannot speak because I am not a technical person to speak each and everything. But I can think on economics ground, at least farmers should be ensured so that they can cultivate that. Yes, you are.
कल्टीवेट करने से भी कोई फर्क नहीं हो रहा है ऊपर. ये कोई या तो कोई बीज के अंदर किसी जा रहा है, उनके अंदर सीड्स के अंदर आ रहा है, या फिर कोई इन्वायरमेंटल ये नहीं है. किसानों का मानना ये है.
There are many arguments on this issue. It is not like that. When I did survey over there, especially in Mansa, two farmers, please listen, farmers are so innovative without getting any degree. Some farmers told me that they already know that what is going to happen, and they already shifted to cotton to paddy because the scenario of climate change is this.
सिनेरियो है मैडम, पिछले साल हमारे जुगाम है अबोती साइड, वहाँ पे एक कॉटन एरिया है हमारे यहाँ, बाग और कॉटन का है, पर लोगों ने पैडी को गेहूँ चावल की ओर शिफ्ट किया है। क्यों किया है? क्योंकि पिंक ब्लू के कारण किया उन्होंने।
Pink?
ये पिंक ब्लू आ रहा है जो कॉटन के ऊपर आ रहा है, जिसके कारण।
So that I already told you. Therefore I said no, that's why. But now I want to tell you, I was sitting here with some officials. They don't agree. They don't agree. I was sitting with some official. I told them that it is happening in my region. They said no. It is just a number game. Maybe you are only one village can. I said no. Whatever I observed, yes. Now you see, you belong to a board, which is not that part here, but in that Mansa you feel. And why now stubborn problem has a coming burning more? Because paddy is growing at a large level. And therefore I am telling you, now you people do, because now this is the gem of you people, because you belong to that region, you work for that problem, communicate, do your work, and maybe then government can take action on that, make policy. It is our duty to make the people innovative and sustainable development. Very good, very good. I think you satisfied. Yes.
मैम जैसे कि आपने बोला कि फार्मर को पेड़ जो पॉपुलर और यूकेलिप्टस से नीम और डेक की तरफ जाना है। मैम इसमें प्रॉब्लम ये है कि तो अगर आप नीम और डेक काट के मार्केट में जाओगे,
Is it possible to speak in English that
Yes, some people.
everybody understand?
Yeah.
The people from Egypt and from Afghanistan probably don't understand either because the same country.
Have you translated your difficulty?
If possible.
I will translate.
Okay.
तो मैम जैसे कि हम नीम और डेक काट के मार्केट में जाते हैं तो एक तो उसका प्राइस बहुत कम मिलता है, क्योंकि पॉपुलर और यूकेलिप्टस का तो प्राइस अच्छा मिल जाता है। और दूसरा मैम प्रॉब्लम ये रहती है कि जैसे मैं किसानी फैमिली से हूँ, तो प्रॉब्लम ये रहती है कि हम नीम और डेक लगाते हैं अगर, तो उसका एरिया बहुत बड़ा होता है और उसके नीचे कोई और फसल नहीं हो सकती। दूसरा अगर कोई हम फसल उगाते भी हैं उसके नीचे तो उसको काटने में प्रॉब्लम है। अगर मान लो हमने जीरी लगाई है मैम तो उसके नीचे काटने में प्रॉब्लम है, कमाई नहीं जाती मैम, तो फार्मर उसकी तरफ क्यों जाएगा मैम?
That's why I told you must have seen that proper training and proper awareness what you want, rather than giving them poplar and eucalyptus, you give the other things to them. Tell them we will give the subsidized price and take that. Then our trees, traditional trees will also be grown, our wood also be grown, our water will be saved. It is not only to grow at the name of quantity. He is saying that I told in my presentation that we should grow for traditional trees on the boundaries of the farmer's field. And traditional trees name is neem, date and shisham. And other trees are poplar and eucalyptus from this wood. And the market of this, but these things consumes more water. Now paddy is there, poplar eucalyptus is there. That's why I told them proper awareness. But his question is farmer don't want to go because the market is not there. I said yes. That's why I raised this question, that proper training, proper awareness and proper availability of the plants should be given to the farmers. Sustainable development doesn't mean that you grow more trees. More trees you grow. This is a question. But which trees? This region doesn't, the paddy region doesn't need poplar and eucalyptus. Paddy region needs something different. Okay. On the ground floor you must have seen a round that is known as charkha, means the Gandhi ji charkha. Maybe you heard that from where the cotton is to be manufactured, and clothes are like that.
Each ecosystem need the proper trees for each ecosystem.
Yes, yes, very right. And now that is coming from neem date shisham. Now that is missing. And that's why I told them, you are thinking about only the government part, you yourself see how much you are from traditional things. You don't want to eat your chapati and rice. You want to eat what? Pizza, burger, which is not your traditional food. Yes. Your traditions should come, which you have tradition, that you should focus on. Everybody's physique is different, everybody's geography is different. If you think about, otherwise we are not a rice producer, we are millets producer. Am I right? And now we are moving for millets. And you see, doctor suggested us, please don't consume rice, don't consume this chapati, don't consume junk food. Yes or no? So that's why their sustainable development doesn't mean you will get more money, you get more job and start to eat junk food. Sustainable development means to work on your region issues and work on that and think about that. And I already told you, sustainable development will be achieved with each and every corner of the society of the world. If you want to really live happily and save the water and many other things, and to achieve better life for you and others. Thank you.
Nowadays in one presentation. But India being a leading exporter of rice, we are not exporting rice, but we are exporting water in terms. Like for 1 kg of rice, nearly 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water is used in the entire period of export. So what we are doing is 1 kg of packing of rice, we are exporting 5,000 liters of water.
Yes.
And we are going, day by day we are going deep.
Yeah.
The water.
Now here I am adding. That's why the invisible things, natural resources are priceless, which we think that. But the Coca-Cola company can give the price of the water that has used, but the farmer using the rice, they are not giving the price of, and the who are consuming that is not a groundwater. Are you getting? Means your water is resource. Whether it is to be priced or not, whether it is to be included in a rice price or not, that is a big question and big debatable. But question is, we want to pay a mineral water bottle. We want to pay, but we don't want to add groundwater in our MSP of rice. Professor Joel has already raised this question, and I think sooner or later we will find out the solutions for that.